My name is Tareef from Happily.ai. We're the magic behind happy, high-performing culture. Over the past 10 years, we've been trying to figure out how to really change organizational culture. Um, we were built on foundational research at MIT in people analytics, where we found that there were real patterns that just showed us that people relationships, strong relationships, were just at the heart of all the great organizational health and also great organizational performance. And there's also ample research that shows us that companies with great culture just outperform their peers by a very, very large margin. The problem, however, with culture is that it's not very tangible and it's very hard to measure. And because of this, all organizations are just paying these hidden costs. From the very top of the organization, where you have CEOs that struggle to really get alignment, they spend more time explaining their decisions than actually trying to, drive things home. We have middle managers who are reacting to problems as firefighters more than anything else. And then we have employees who, when they join yesterday, they take forever to really build the right relationships to understand how things work here and really understand their role and how that aligns with the organization's purpose. And that's where culture comes in. And without this, we have employee turnover rising, and we have absenteeism and disengagement that plagues organizations. That's where Happily comes in. We've built natively into our platform three core components. First is analytics, where we have the most fine-grained people analytics in the world, getting real-time reliable data on people. Secondly, we use technology like AI to really power how we understand people within organizations and help them. And finally, we've built this behavioral change engine where we are able to take feedback, turn them into insights, and turn them into nudges almost instantaneously, driving behavioral change in a very powerful way. Through empirical research, we found that there were four main capabilities that we need to bring into organizations to really move culture in a very measurable and positive way. The first of which is creating psychological safety. Our people science and our behavioral science really powers new ways to create this openness and transparency within organizations where people can share their problems and opportunities in a safe way. Secondly, we've used AI to develop human skills and emotional intelligence in a measurable way, skills like empathy and self-awareness that sometimes are lacking more today than ever. We're also making managers active in their roles. Today, managers lead and make decisions mainly using intuition that fails us even harder when we're not working in person. Well, now we have data to help us make more informed and precise decisions to support our teams. And finally, what we didn't realize would be so important, but now is the pillar of all, is turning company values into behaviors that drive daily actions and decisions. And these values become the direction in which your culture changes. What we've done is we've gamified the product, so it's something that people want to use every day. It's led to this really sticky behavior that drives powerful habits. So today we have very high adoption rates that lead to really powerful outcomes. And because we're able to create this real, meaningful feedback loop that people want to participate in, organizations have a whole new way to understand their people and their organizational health. Imagine having Google Analytics, but about your people. So you know how happy everybody is, you know how engaged they are, you know who your impactful people are, just by looking at the behaviors and the algorithms that we've built around understanding people more effectively with less bias as well. The outcomes that we've been able to produce over the past 10 years have been on many, many different metrics and scales, where along with creating great adoption, we're able to improve employee satisfaction in a very, very big way. On average, by 48 points on the ENPS scale, a operations unit in a large luxury retailer was able to go from they measured using employee listening surveys a negative 13 ENPS. Within a year, they're at positive 84. A score so high that they got a call from HQ because they thought the data was measured incorrectly. We're also able to improve something as fundamental as employee well-being, and just showing that there are different shapes of change that can happen. These are a sample of 4 companies that we work with, and the distribution of well-being scores before and after them using Happily. We can increase well-being by as much as 37%. And the different variances here are what we found is that it's dictated, one, by the initial state of psychological safety within the workplace, and two, how responsive managers are. And our partnership ask is that we're looking to work with CEOs and HR leaders who want to take culture to the next level using real quality data. Our ideal pilot is a 50 to 100 person company or business units. And so, yeah, if you could connect us with CEOs and or chief people officers or CHROs of innovative enterprise companies, we'd be very grateful. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Tareef. Great to know. So tell us a little more about how AI is used by Happily.ai.
Sure. So, starting about 8 to 10 years ago, our AI was first used to help us predict things. We knew that a person was going to probably leave the organization at a time of certainty. We can proactively help retain them. Now we're using it for a lot more. We use generative AI to improve the quality of feedback. We're also using it as a skill development and learning tool as well.
Great. And tell us a little more on how you work with a corporate, what the onboarding is like, and so on.
Sure. So we're based in Thailand, so we work with companies all across the world, primarily in Asia, but also now in the US and other parts as well. Onboarding is relatively light. It takes less than 2 weeks to really get started with a platform like Happily. And within these 2 weeks, we're basically learning more about the organization, their goals, and their values so that we can tune our AI and also configure the questions and the interactions to make it fit.
Okay, thank you so much again, Tareef.
Thank you.
More to learn there as well.